Well, we have we have a lot of hypocrisy going on in politics these days, and it's just getting worse and worse and escalating more and more. And I think when it gets to the point of being prejudiced towards someone's physical appearance, even if that is the oldest form of insulting someone, and even if it is followed closely by insulting their intelligence, body shaming as politics is still embarrassing. I mean, it's just embarrassing. So, what do we have here? We have AOC calling Stephen Miller a short troll, urges Democrats to laugh at him and MAGA men. She claims that he's abusing his power because he has a height complex, right? A masculinity complex. He's insecure masculinity. So what we have here is a potential president making fun of someone because of their appearance, and she's never even met him apparently. Also, he's an average male height, and the left wing loves it. Not all of them, of course. You do see people who fight back against it, but it doesn't matter because they're drowned out. And this is what a lot of people don't realize about politics. You're just drowned out. You're drowned out by the idiocy. Sometimes, it's like movies and games and stuff as well. Like, it doesn't matter what you say, if there's enough people who love it, it will be considered good. And this is not good, but look at this thread. People love it. I've even seen people blaming Trump for making left wing politicians the way they are. It's your fault that I'm prejudiced against short guys. And short guys meaning guys who are average male height in this case. What a creepy little man. I think this is the saddest comment. Person claims to be 5'7" and says that she's glad that he trash talked him for being short, because all of us short fellows don't have some effed up complex and need to have power over other people to feel better. So what you've just said is, oh, AOC said something and I believe it. No, AOC unprofessionally diagnosed another person that she had personal bias and anger towards with having some sort of emotional complex, some sort of mental issue over their height and a masculine insecurity. And so she publicly ridiculed him. And you think that just magically makes her correct? So then she could say anything and you'd believe her, right? Anything at all. And that seems to be the case. Everyone believes what she says. Everyone's cheering for her. They're happy for her. There are people who say otherwise, but and I'm not defending Stephen Miller as a person, just to be clear. And I'm not really attacking AOC specifically either. This is about everything. Everything's escalated to this, well, escalated, devolved, depending on how you look at it. It's just become idiocy, absolute idiocy. There are people who defend it, but they don't usually get much popularity out of it as far as their like comments and stuff. But okay, so here's the comment. The situation, how Trump has deteriorated the norms. 10 years ago, politicians would have never talked like this. So you're saying that Trump's responsible for AOC. So AOC's not to be blamed for her insulting someone else's appearance and diagnosing them with a false mental disorder. It's Trump's fault that they did that. Somehow it's always someone else's fault. Everyone's always right about everything. If you have enough upvotes and retweets, it proves it. And everyone else is always wrong and a bad person because they disagreed with you. Amazing. I wouldn't have normally made any kind of comment on this. The only reason I wanted to is because it's posted on r/Wikipedia. Yeah, that's right. r/Wikipedia is now a left-wing extremist echo chamber, it would seem. 13 hours ago, without moderation, maybe moderators didn't ban it because they're on board with it. Maybe moderators didn't ban it because Wikipedia wouldn't have a moderator. I mean, why would it normally? Like, an average person wouldn't stoop so low as to abusing Wikipedia to push their propaganda, would they? But a Redditor would. Quote, Mar-a-Lago face is a beauty trend among conservative American women marked by visible plastic surgery, heavy makeup, fake tans, and full lips. Surgeons describe it as featuring overfilled cheeks, taut skin, and an exaggerated, highly polished and artificial appearance. This is the same kind of appearance women have been getting and putting on with makeup and such since long before Trump ever ran for presidency. Women have done every single thing they can to look young as possible, in fact. As young as possible. That's what they do. Because women are hypersexualized. That's a totally different discussion. But the point is that this has been happening since long before Trump. Is it ugly? I would say so. Are the jokes about it being gender-affirming care funny? I mean, they were, but now it's kind of getting a bit repetitive. It's been done so many times that they're kind of running out of fuel. People will use this. A woman, Redditors will use a woman's physical appearance in order to attack them, in order to call them a Nazi. Yeah, there you go, right there. So bimbos, exactly, which have been around since long before the Trump thing. The Redditors, they're supposed to empower women, but here, if you get a certain type of surgery, they'll accuse you of having Mar-a-Lago face. Well, you're not allowed to look a certain way now, or else you're a Nazi. Think about that. You're not allowed to look a certain way, or else you're a Nazi. Another in the list of Democrats attacking the physical appearance of Republicans is from Cringe TikToks, which is another one of the long list of subreddits that has nothing to do with politics, but became a left-wing mouthpiece because the entire website is a left-wing echo chamber. The point, this woman, her mouth is being made fun of. I'm gonna have it muted because honestly, I can't stand listening to all of this podium talk and the interviews and stuff. These people, I swear to God, they must be numb inside to be able to have these conversations. They are just, I mean, just a second.
Republicans reopening the government.
It's just the way they enunciate, their voice, like everything about it. That's what the problem should be. And people do, of course, mock her for that. But what they're mocking most of all is her mouth. There's something wrong with her mouth. That you know what? It's a Nazi mouth. That's what it is. She has the mouth of a Nazi. That's what it is. Yeah, I wasn't sure at first. I thought maybe it was her lips, but no, it's clearly she has a Nazi mouth. That must be what it is. Now look, there is some funny comments in here. I mean, I have no problem with people mocking. Now I can't scroll down too much here because yeah, I think it's that comment there has posted it's a gif of Trump giving a handy to some giant animated wangs, which is apparently allowed for days on end on Reddit without anyone banning it, even though it's explicit in its iterations, shall we say. But there's some funny comments in this. I can't scroll down through it. I don't want to anyway. But I have no problem with people insulting people who are making asses out of themselves, and I think these people who go up on the podiums and they I mean, I know it's her job, but still, like, her job is basically to make an ass out of herself. So some of these comments I think are funny. Like, I could be wrong, but I think it's because of all the shit coming out of it. That's funny. It's funny, but at the same time, let's not forget what this is. It's people attacking the physical appearance of the right wing. And, well, that's what the Democrats say is progressive and moral and ethical and good-hearted and empathetic, attacking people's physical appearances. Okay? Now, I didn't save any of the threads or comments I saw of it because there's just so many of them. They're spread all over the place. But this is Mike Johnson. And according to Reddit, he has an awful face. He has a slimy face. He has a punchable face. He has a weaselly face. He has the face of a Nazi, the face of a white supremacist. I mean, he just has a face. That's just a normal face. I don't understand how the party that thrives on being hyper moral can sit here and talk about how all of these people, they deserve to be out of office, they deserve to be launched into the sun, whatever they say, all because of their physical appearances. Remind you, this hyper-moral party who's attacking people based on their physical appearances only wanted Kamala and AOC in office because of their physical appearances. So, more propaganda, More physical attacks. Quote unquote, I know Trump's plan. Images from October 21st at the Oval Office. Look at the folder in Baldy's hand. Now, I'm not going to bother to show you the flip zoomed in version of that because it's some CIA document about Venezuela or whatever that they're running. It's whatever. At least that's what you can see and that's what people are saying. But as you can see from this comment, which is really just stating the obvious, the White House has to approve pictures before they're published. It's intentional. It's a fake leak. Like how would you have this picture so perfectly crisp that you can actually read this text? You can read this text, at least most of it. It's crazy that people are so dumb that they believe that this is he's so stupid. No, dude, you're stupid. You're stupid for thinking this guy accidentally had this open for a picture in the white. Look at their poses as well. This is clearly a fake picture. You think that he accidentally had this open? Really? Man. And then you go out of your way to make fun of him being bald, which he probably has no control over. Now, OP could be a psyop bot, so who knows? But a lot of people in the comments making fun of him as well. Democrats, man, you have to look. You have to look like they want you to look, or else you're a fascist. If you don't have the right haircut, or the right amount of hair, if you don't have the ability to grow hair, actually, you're apparently a Nazi. It's unbelievable how many of them are willing to attack physical shape now. But more importantly than that, I think, is just how many people are willing to eat up disinformation. And this, I think, would be a good point to end on. The accusation that Donald Trump's son is dating a male dancer. The left wing, with their exclusive inclusivity, with their purity testing, because they decided to pull everyone under their umbrella, and it turns out that cats and dogs and snakes and leprechauns and bears and wolves and Apache attack helicopters and everything else, well, you can't just throw them all in the same aquarium because they're not going to get along. And here we have people who are attacking Barron because he's ugly, and they're saying that he's the spawn of him, so therefore he's just like him, saying that it's good for him to be gay, saying that it's bad for him to be gay because ew, we don't want him, as if you represent the entirety of the Democratic Party. There's so many people attacking him in every possible way. Just kid gives off some major Lurch vibes. Physical insults on someone whom you have defined as a child. Loads of people hating on him for any different reason. Some people cheering on him, and other people saying we don't want him. Politics, yeah, I totally forgot about that comment. That's a funny one. Another person calling him gay Lurch. I didn't notice that earlier. Loads of comments that are all over the place. The Democratic Party doesn't know what to do with this. They don't know. Oh, but is he gay? Oh, we have to protect him if he's gay. Oh, well, but this just proves that gay people can be bad too. No, but wait, gay people can't be bad, because then that would mean that anything we've ever said would be wrong, and that's impossible. We can't be wrong about anything, and they just don't know what to do with it. But some of them are insulting his physical appearance, which is why I included it. Super cool. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.